All right, let's go ahead and get started, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining this evening or this afternoon, wherever you're joining in from. Welcome to Meditate America Online. My name is Adia Webb. My co-host this evening is Miss Sylvia Dooling. She will introduce herself in just a moment. But thank you all so much for taking the time out to join us to meditate together. We normally, if this is your first time joining a Meditate America session, we usually do this in person. But of course, because of all that's going on in the world with the pandemic and everything, we have to do this virtually. So we will try to make this just as pleasant and as beautiful of an experience today as it would be if we were all in person together. So again, thank you so much. Again, my name is Adia Webb. I am joining in from Atlanta, Georgia, part of the Atlanta Sahaja Collective. So I'm really happy to be here with all of you. I have been practicing Sahaj for about 2 years now, and it's been a beautiful journey for me. And I hope that all of you will be able to have the same or similar experiences with Sahaja Yoga. Sylvia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Sylvia Dooling, and I'm delighted to be with you all as well. I right now am in Florida, so at least that's interesting. Adia and I are at least on the East Coast, both of us, same time zone. And I came to Sahaja about 20 years ago, and it has uplifted my entire life. Every problem known to human beings, probably I could have said was on my head at the time that I came to Sahaj, and gently, slowly, gradually, they were all lifted. And instead, I guess we found the connection and got to meditation, and we are so excited to share that with you all tonight.
Awesome, wonderful. So again, thank you all for joining us. If we can, just take a moment for anyone else to introduce themselves on the call. Please turn on your video and feel free to introduce yourself.
Oh gosh, I hope some people will join in and introduce themselves.
Don't be shy.
How about Mariana? There's a name that I recognize. If Mariana, if you're new, can you unmute? If you're not, that's okay. We just like to encourage the new folks. No, okay.
Maybe that's okay. No pressure.
Okay, no pressure. Yeah, that's better. You came to meditate, right? Oh, there's Mariana. Hi.
Hi, Sylvia. I am not new. As you, I started Sahaja Yoga a long time ago, and my life changed so much since then. I had sleeping problems, and once I started meditating, all that was balanced, and many other issues, family issues, and I even remember all of them.
That's good.
Yes.
Great. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing that, Mariana.
Thank you for being with us this evening. Would anyone else like to introduce themselves? Can pick another one out of the bunch.
Wow. Okay. Well, we lucked out with Mariana. She wanted to share. I hope somebody else would want to. I see a name, David. I see Lisa. I know Katie. I think I know Joe. Okay. Like you said, Adia, no pressure.
No pressure.
We just want people to know that we welcome them, right?
Yes.
I would like to say something.
Yes.
Hi,
Great.
I'm Katie. I am calling from California. I've been in Sahaja since 2009. I had the pleasure of being introduced by Sylvia Dooling, which I miss so much. And I'm so happy to be here today.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Glad to see you there, Katie.
It's so lovely to see you too, Sylvia. Jai Shri Mataji.
Shri Mataji. Okay. Well, again, thank you all for joining us this evening. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So on the next slide, we just have an agenda that shows you what we're going to cover in this session. So we'll talk a little bit about meditation, and we'll introduce Sahaja Yoga meditation and what it's all about. Then for any of the new seekers that are on the call this evening, we will go through the process of self-realization, so you have that experience. Then we will meditate in silence for a little bit, followed by a short talk by the founder of Sahaja Yoga. And then we will follow that with balancing techniques for you to do whenever you do your meditation session at home or collectively. And then we will do another short meditation with music. And then finally, we'll have a Q&A session. Any questions that you guys have, any concerns or things that you want to discuss. And then we'll also talk about the rest of the week, what's to come as far as the sessions for the rest of the week. Okay, so that's what we have to cover. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So as far as why meditate, I'm sure every single one of us, whether we're new seekers or established seekers, has their own reasons for why meditation is so important to them in their lives. So everyone's reasons for meditating is different, of course, and what it means to them in their lives. So what I would like to do is open up the floor for just a couple of minutes to ask anyone who is willing to share what meditation means to them in their lives. I guess I can start with me, just to break the ice. So meditation for me, as many of you may have experienced, and even as Sylvia and Mariana had expressed, I was also having a lot of problems in my life, mentally, physically, emotionally, had some health issues going on. And meditation really, especially Sahaja Yoga meditation, really came in at a really critical time when I was just feeling really low in my life. And meditation, just the simple act of being silent and quieting myself and being still, really changed my outlook on how I see myself, how I see the world, how I relate to people, how I handle situations. My attitude, my outlook, everything just changed. And it's really helped me to have clarity and to just to really see things with a lens of beauty and joy and peace. And so that's why it's so important to me. That's why I'm so thankful that I was introduced to it, that it was brought into my life. So I would love to hear anyone else's stories about what meditation means to them in their lives. Anyone want to share just a quick tidbit as to what meditation means to them?
Hi everyone, I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe.
How you doing? I came to Sahaja Yoga quite a long time ago, and like the others, I was having a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems, which without any effort whatsoever got solved one by one. Sahaja Yoga meditation is a vital part of my daily life. I don't go to work unless I've meditated. And it's the last thing I do before I go to bed. It makes me feel one with myself and knowing that I am connected to this beautiful creation really lifts my heart and keeps me going and gives me inspiration to do all the different things that I've done. I took up um, painting late in life and made some stab at that. And it's brought me in so many new directions I would never have chosen if I hadn't had my eyes opened with the meditations. So I'm very grateful.
Nice, nice. Thank you for sharing, Joe. Anyone else? Again, no pressure, but we like to hear people's stories and what it means, what meditation means to them. Okay. All right, well then let's go ahead and move on. So if we go to the next slide. Okay, so what is Sahaja Yoga? So in Sanskrit, the word Sahaja actually means born with or spontaneous. In Sanskrit, the word yoga means union with divine. And so the phrase Sahaja Yoga basically means divine energy that you are born with, a spontaneous divine energy that you are born with. And the beauty about Sahaja Yoga is that it teaches us, and we will learn as we progress in our meditative experience, in our journey, we will learn how to tap into the divine power that we have within us to heal ourselves, to cleanse ourselves, to begin to enhance and to illuminate all of the qualities that are already innate within us, to begin to live more joyously and more peacefully and with a positive light and aura within us. So each and every one of us is born with a divine primordial energy. It's called Kundalini. And we'll show you what that is in just a moment. Thank you. But this energy, as you can see on the diagram here, it's located, if you can point just above the sacrum bone at the base of the spine. It's the Kundalini energy that's there you go, right? The triangular bone. And this is, again, a divine primordial energy that's already within us, lying dormant, waiting for us to awaken her. This is a feminine energy, and her sole purpose, her only purpose, is to nourish and protect us and to help us take care of our subtle energy system, which is associated with our mental, our emotional, and our physical capabilities. Okay, so this diagram here on the screen is a basic depiction of our subtle energy system. The subtle energy system is comprised of 3 channels. You have your left, your right, and your center. So as you can see on the right side of the diagram is a blue line. This is actually your left energy channel. It starts from the first energy center and runs up along the left side of your body, crosses at the 6th energy center, and comes out to the side where your superego is located. The right energy center, or energy channel rather, is the yellow line that you see here on the left side of the diagram. It starts from the 2nd energy center, runs up the right side of your body, crosses at the 6th energy center, and ends up on the in the ego, which is located on the left side of your head. And then finally, the center channel is the energy channel that runs straight up. It's the white line that runs straight up and through the top of your head. So these are the 3 channels that the Kundalini energy travels through as it's cleaning and cleansing and nourishing your subtle system. And so once we take the steps to awaken the Kundalini energy, once that process happens, it's through consistent meditation and consistent introspection that you can begin to actually clean yourself from within and have that sense of clarity. This diagram also shows you that we have 7 primary energy centers, are called chakras, within our subtle energy system, starting from the base of the spine in the sacrum bone, which is the 1st energy center. running up along the center channel. So we have 7 of them that start from the base of our sacrum bone all the way to the top of our head. And each of these energy centers are associated with certain qualities about us, about a person, that once they are cleansed and nourished and treated well and taken care of through consistent meditation, those qualities will be illuminated within us, and we can start to live more peacefully and joyously, and really just be happy. So you'll see this diagram again and again as you continue through your meditative journey, and get to know these energy centers, what they mean. And I'll also point out one more thing. On each of our hands, each finger is associated with an energy center. So as you continue in your meditative journey, you'll learn which fingers are associated with each energy center, what it means when you have sensations in those fingers, and how to. Well, you'll also learn techniques and how to keep these energy centers clean. Okay, let's go ahead to the next slide. So we pay homage to the founder of Sahaja Yoga, which a beautiful woman by the name of Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. She started Sahaja Yoga meditation in May of 1970, and she traveled the entire globe giving realization to people, to new seekers who were also in search of something, in search of some sort of purpose and understanding in their lives. And she gave us all of us our realization. She helped us to awaken our Kundalini energy, and she helped us to understand and to utilize the power that we already have within us to not only heal ourselves, but to also help heal others. So we hold her in very high regard, and we're so thankful for the opportunity to really live a balanced life. Despite all of the negativity that's around us, we now have the tools, we now have the vehicle to live joyously and peacefully and happily. And we'll send you resources also on her. So as I was saying, the self-realization process is really the start of for any new seekers that we have on the call this evening. The self-realization process is the start of your meditative journey with Sahaj. It's really like the opening of the door to your awakening, to your enlightenment. So I will show you the process. It'll take about maybe 10 minutes, if that. And this process is really just to, like I said, to just lay the foundation and to start your meditative process. This is what will awaken your Kundalini energy that has been lying dormant within you for so long. And once she's been awakened, then you can really start to do the work to clean yourself and to become more balanced. So I'm going to show you the steps. So I'm going to, can you make me the focal point? All right, so thank you. Okay, so the self-realization process is just a series of hand movements and affirmations that you will say. I'll repeat them, and then you can say them to yourself. So I'll show you this. So the first you want to start with your hands always on your lap, palms facing up, okay? The left hand we will keep on our laps the entire time, okay? So the first step is you'll take your right hand. We're going to do everything with our right hand because our right channel is the channel of action. So we're going to do everything with our right hand while we keep our left hand on our lap. So the first step is to place your right hand over your heart. Okay, then we're going to say an affirmation, and I'll tell you what that is. The next step is to place your right hand on the top of your left stomach. And then the next step is to place your right hand on your lower abdomen, your lower left abdomen. Then we will come back up to our heart. And then we'll place our hand once again on our right, on our left stomach. Okay. Then the next step is to take our right hand, place it in the fold of our neck here, and turn our head to the right, just like so. The next step is to place our hand right on our forehead and bend our head down slightly. The next step is to place our right hand on the back of our head and look up towards the sky. And then finally, to place our hand right on top of our head. And when we place our hand on our head, we will rotate our hand in a clockwise direction 7 times. And we'll say affirmations for each of these steps, okay? So go ahead and you can go ahead and put the next slide on. And I will also play some light music in the background while we do the realization. Akilesh, do you want to go ahead and put the slideshow back on? Okay, thank you. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes and just listen to my voice and follow along. So place your hands on your lap. Take a deep breath. Let's start by placing our right hand over our heart. A little loud, sorry. And we're going to ask ourselves this question. We're going to say, Mother, am I a pure spirit? We will ask this 3 times to our Mother Kundalini. Mother, am I a pure spirit? Next, place your right hand over your left stomach. And we will ask our Mother Kundalini the following. Mother, am I my own master? We will ask this 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Next, we'll place our right hand over our lower left abdomen. And we will say the following affirmation 10 times. Mother, please give me pure knowledge and pure desire. Mother, please give me pure knowledge and pure desire. Now bring your right hand back up to your heart. And we are now going to answer the question that we asked. we're going to say, Mother, I am a pure spirit. Mother, I am a pure spirit. Now we'll place our right hand back over our left stomach, and we are going to answer the question that we asked. Mother, I am my own master. Mother, I am my own master. Now let's place our right hand over in the fold of our neck, between our neck and our shoulder, and turn our head towards the right. And we are going to say 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. Now let's take our right hand, place it on our forehead, and bend our head slightly downward. And here we are going to say, Mother, I forgive myself and I forgive everyone. I forgive myself and I forgive everyone. Now let's take our right hand and place it on the back of our head and tilt our head slightly upward towards the sky. And here we are going to say, Mother, please forgive me if I have done anything, if I have committed any mistakes towards my self-realization. Mother, please forgive me if I have committed any mistakes towards my self-realization. And finally, we would place our right hand on top of our head, gently press down, and we're going to rotate our hand in a clockwise direction 7 times. And each time we will say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. And when you finish, you can place your right hand back on your lap. And let's take our right hand and hover our right hand above our head about 2 to 3 inches. And let's check to see if we feel a cool or warm breeze in this area. If you don't feel anything, that's okay as well. And let's place our right hand on our lap and let's check with our left hand. Hover your left hand over your head about 2 to 3 inches. And see if you can feel a cool or warm breeze. And for the new seekers on the call this evening, a cool breeze is a good thing. A warm breeze means there are some imbalances, and that's okay. If you don't feel anything, that's also okay. You can place your left hand back on your lap. And if you go to the next slide, we will sit in silent meditation just for a few moments. Keep your eyes closed. Try not to react to anything that you hear or feel. If your mind starts to wonder, that's okay. Starts to wander, I should say. Just say to yourself, I forgive these thoughts. And try to keep your attention above your head. And now I will share my screen so we can listen to a short talk from Shri Mataji.
He's living with something so unreal, which was given to him by somebody which is so unreal. There's nothing living force behind it. Have you seen any man changing by getting some sort of a title or lot of money? On the contrary, he becomes worse, never improves. So what is the reason? Why is it that when we go into an enterprise of this kind, why is it we find that everything fails? You talk of democracy, it becomes demonocracy. You talk of communism, you find it is another headache. You talk of anything, it all becomes such a funny thing, and it recoils back. Whatever you try, any enterprise, it recoils back. Science, what is science now, has become nothing but atomic war. How is it science gone into the atomic war? No one knows, but suddenly it has become a great threat to the whole world. Computers, tomorrow computer will start dominating us. We see those things clearly happening to us. And we are worried, we are shocked. Or we don't know why is it, whatever we try to do, why it recoils on us and entangles us and enslaves us. The reason is it has no living force behind it. It's only mental, at mental level. And human beings live only on mental level. So there has to be another higher level which is generated when you get in contact with the living force. Now let us see what is the living force. The living force is that which sprouts the seed. The mother earth sprouts the seed. If you see the mother earth as it is, you don't find anything in it, nothing. There's just clay. But you put some seed, and that wasteful thing that you think of no use, this mud, that gives that life to the seed. And you find that the flowers become fruits automatically. It's a wondrous world if you start looking at the living work of the living force. Because we are not in connection with that, whatever we do, we go into problems. But nature does not. While we do. The reason is we have lost our biological sustenance or process. We are not biologically acting. It's all dead action. What we do is all dead. For example, as I told you before also, that something is dead, a tree is dead, and you make a chair, then you think, I have made this. From dead to dead to dead to dead. And this dead sits on our head. We make a chair, you cannot sit on the ground. Then we start another thing like anti-culture business. That also just the same. Like pendulum move, we move. Now we don't like democracy to have communism. From communism to democracy, democracy to communism. There's no movement. Now what is the biological movement? Within us, as you know, there are peptides in our body. And the biological movement of peptides is shown when the movement is spiral. When it is spiral, then it is biological. And when it is linear, then it is said that they have lost their biological sustenance. They have no biological quality. They have become linear. So that sustenance within us, that spiral movement within us, is existing in our nerves, but can become absolutely linear, leading to death. All our mental projections are linear. Because we cannot with that, in our own awareness, jump higher. It is so outside. For a man might think, I must try to improve the whole world, I must do this thing. There was a gentleman I met who is in charge of the peace of the world. and the most disturbed personality I've ever come across. He was jumping this way, he was jumping this way, every sort of disturbance was in his mind. And he's supposed to be in charge of the peace of the world, imagine. Now what's the matter with the gentleman? Though he thinks of peace, he thinks of such big things, he talks of higher ideals, everything. What is it inside? There is nothing, no peace. He's just talking outside. What is the reason? The reason is, it's only linear. He has accepted that he is in charge of the peace, he must talk of big things, he must talk of ideal things, and then the whole thing drops off. We had League of Nations, now we have United Nations, all flops. So to make it spirally activated, what have we to do? First of all, we have to come to the right conclusion, understanding that whatever we have done so far has been linear in its action. It's not biological. We cannot transform a flower into a fruit. No living action we can take. It cannot perform any living action. Once we understand that, then we have to know that we have to become more, to be in connection with that living force, that all-pervading force. And to get to that all-pervading force, what have we done? Actually, what did we do to become human beings? Nothing. We just became spontaneously Sahaja. Sahaja. Spontaneously. It was just some force within us which worked it out. That made us human beings. We didn't do anything. So one has to understand that if it is a living process, then you don't have to do anything about it. It is effortless. This is very difficult for human beings to understand. It's very difficult because they live with their ego and they cannot accept that you cannot do it yourself. They think we can do it ourselves. It is not possible. It cannot be done. You have to go to the Mother Earth to ask the seed to be sprouted. You cannot sprout it. You may try to dissect it, analyze it, put it under microscope, but you cannot sprout it. For sprouting, you have to surrender yourself to that Mother Earth who does the job. To begin with,
Okay, so that was a small segment of a talk from Shri Mataji. And just to debrief very briefly about, let me turn my video back on. Just to debrief that video, I think the gist of what she was talking about is that we as human beings, because of the society that we live in, unfortunately have lost touch with our spirit, have lost touch with the divine energy that presides all around us. And because of that, our ego, again, which sits over here on the left side of our head, our ego has become so inflated that we as human beings think that we've accomplished all these great things, and not really understanding about being connected to Mother Nature, to the earth, to the divine energy. That's what is making, that's why we as human beings are seeming to have so many problems in the world, so many problems in our life, because we just have lost that sense of connection to our spirit. Our spirit is pure. Our spirit is unadulterated, for lack of a better term. And, that's why we do this meditation, so that we can get reconnected and really just be able to see beyond all of these earthly negativities, and again, to live more joyously and to be able to spread that joy throughout the world. So that's I think that's what the gist of what she was saying in that segment, was about. And if you want, we can send you the talk afterwards. So if we go ahead and move on to the next slide. So we will now talk about balancing. This is a part of your meditation when you start and when you end your meditative session. So balancing is a technique that we use to help clear out our energy channels. And so the diagram here on the screen here actually shows us exactly the hand motions. So to balance our left channel, we always start with the left channel. To balance our left channel, we take our right hand and place it on Mother Earth. And then we place our left hand just on our lap, just comfortably on our lap. Now, if you are sitting in a chair, that's totally fine. You can just hang your right arm over the side of the chair. When you can, it's best to sit on the ground, to sit on Mother Earth, so that Mother Earth can pull. There's a gravitational pull that allows for all of the negativities and the impurities to be absorbed into the Mother Earth. So that's why we sit. But it's totally fine to sit in a chair. So we start by balancing our left channel. Again, right hand on Mother Earth, left hand on your lap. And we close our eyes and we simply ask our Mother Kundalini, Mother, please balance our left channel. We humbly request that you remove all the negativities, imbalances, impurities that are affecting our left channel and allow them to be fully absorbed into Mother Earth. As our left channel is our channel of emotions and desires and our past, we ask that you help to stabilize our emotions, to remove any impure desires, and to remove any unpleasant thoughts about the past. And then we will balance our right channel. So we place our right hand back on our lap. And we will take our left hand, we'll bend our arm at the elbow and face our palm towards the back of the room. And if it's more comfortable for you to rest your elbow on your left knee, that's totally fine as well. So this is how we balance our right channel. And we will say, Mother, we humbly request that you remove all the negativities, imbalances, and impurities affecting our right channel. Please allow for all these negativities to be fully absorbed into the ether element. Please remove all excess heat from our liver. Please remove futuristic thinking and over-planning. As our right channel is the channel of thinking and action, please help us to limit the over-mental activity and the hyperactivity so as to keep our liver cooled down. And then we will balance our our center channel. And you can either place both your hands back on your lap, or if you'd like, you can place both hands on Mother Earth on either side of you. And we will ask our Mother Kundalini, please remove all the negativities affecting our center channel. Please allow for the Kundalini energy to flow freely and unobstructed through our energy centers, and to allow all the qualities associated with each center to be beautifully integrated. then you can place your hands back on your lap. So that's balancing. So you want to do that at the start of each of your meditative sessions. And I think I said at the end too, but I misspoke. Only at the beginning of when you start your meditation do you want to balance. All right, let's go ahead to the next slide. Okay, and so we will meditate just for a few more minutes with music. And I think you have the music queued up, right, Akhilesh?
Play music.
Okay. Very nice music, by the way. So let's go ahead and wrap up the session. If you want to go to the last slide. Does anyone have any questions, comments about the session today? No questions? That's good. Oh, someone is putting something in the chat here. Mother Kundalini. Yes, the Kundalini energy, she's a feminine energy, and she is our motherly energy, our divine motherly energy. So so when we're doing balancing, self-realization, anytime that we refer to mother, we're referring to our Kundalini energy that's within us.
Hi, this is David from California. Thank you so much for this. This was real nice.
Of course. Thank you for joining.
I did have a question. So in terms of meditating in silence or in a group versus with music, what is your opinion on it? Because you did both, which was great. Or, you did the guided one and then we had the music at the end. So do you have any tips or advice, suggestions?
I would say that it's really just a matter of preference. As you'll see, as you continually meditate, you will find, things that kind of work for you to help you get the best experience during that meditative session. So some people like to meditate with music in the background. Some prefer silent meditation. Whatever it takes for you to get to that state of thoughtlessness is totally your preference. So Sylvia, do you have any suggestions or insight on that?
Yeah, I so agree that it's with you, Adia. It depends on the day, maybe what we're going through that day, how much stuff we have to clear out from the balancing that, process that you showed everybody. Some days I just want to be totally silent, and some days music sort of helps open up the heart and get us a little bit more in tune some days. So how was it for you, David? Did you feel better with the music or did you feel better with the silence?
I like both, to be honest. But no, when during Adia, your instructions, and then when we got into just the whole process of it, felt great. Felt some energy in my hands, and then when you had the music, that was sort of just, I guess, icing on the cake. So yeah, that was how I felt. I felt great with both of them, but I don't know if it was just because after Adia, you gave us the instructions, and then I was in the zone, so to speak, and then you had the music at the end, or if that did anything. Yeah,
it's totally your preference. And if sometimes music helps me when I know that I have a lot of thoughts, when when I'm really thinking and I really need to settle myself before meditation or even during meditation, the music that kind of calms me. It kind of helps me to still my brain.
Right.
So again, whatever works for you.
As long as it's like the correct type of music, right? Not like something heavy metal or something like that. No. But something like that music that you just played was like perfect. It was just very.
Yeah, feel free to go to YouTube and just type in Sahaja Yoga meditation music.
Oh, they'll have a soundtrack. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just go to YouTube, and there's a whole bunch of really, really calming music that you can find.
Right.
And that is a good point, isn't it, Adia, what he brought up about just any music, because you do want music that's coming from musicians that already are enlightened. Their music is going to have more vibrations for you.
Right. Higher vibrations, right? Versus something,
Correct.
Right.
Hear vibrations. Yeah.
right, right.
So like Adia said, going to Sahaja yoga, meditation music will sort of put you in that right frame so that you're going to get vibrationally clean music to meditate, to help your vibrations.
Right. Great. Thank you so much.
Great question. Thank you, David.
Thank you so much. And speaking of YouTube, so would it be possible to send me, I don't know if our other participants are interested in, but Shri Mataji's, that talk, the few minutes that we had, it was getting very good. So is there any way to send the whole link to me, or I don't know if the others are interested or not, but I'm interested.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for even, that's a good segue, because we were going to mention for anyone who would like additional resources, you can put your email address in the chat box. If you prefer to share your email privately, just change the drop down in the to section to Meditate America, and it'll go to just the hosts for this evening. If you don't want to share your email address with everyone in the group. But yes, we can send you all of the information that we shared this evening. Any additional resources that you'd like, we're happy to share that with you.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you, really appreciate it.
Of course. Any other questions anyone has, comments? Nirmal, you have your hand up. Do you have a question?
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Hello, Nirmal here from Washington. Me and my brother are actually hosting the last session of this tour, which will be on Sunday. And it's just in response to you, David, about music and meditation. We'll be exploring that in depth on our Sunday session. So yeah, please feel free to, if you have any more questions that you come up with in the week, just to come in on Sunday with your questions, and we'll be talking at length about music and have a performance.
Oh, that's fantastic. Great. Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited about that.
So someone did have a question in the chat. I was just responding, but I will go ahead and just share out loud. Arsham says that sometimes it's hard to get into thought lists. Do you have any tips to make the thoughts go away? And that's totally normal, especially with, with our work, our families. We're always thinking. Our brains are constantly running. So that's totally normal when it's hard to get into thoughtlessness. So I would suggest first, don't feel bad about that. It's okay. First and foremost. Secondly, I would suggest maybe for the first couple of meditation sessions that you do, keep an ice pack on your lower right abdomen, which is where your liver is, to kind of cool down that area, which will, whenever we have a lot of thoughts, it overheats our liver. So that's one thing that you can do to kind of help with that. And then also just consistent meditation. The more that we meditate, the more that we practice, because this is a practice. You have to do it in order to, quote unquote, get good at it. So the more you meditate, the more that you go into thoughtless or go into stillness, the more that you work on cleaning yourself from within, those thoughts will begin to dissipate, and those short gaps where you kind of zone out will become larger and larger and larger, and you'll be able to be in complete thoughtless awareness. So don't give up on that. It's even for people who have been practicing Sahaj for years, it's still difficult at times to go into complete thoughtlessness. But it's just something that you have to continue to meditate in order to overcome.
Farah? Oh, I think Farah is there with us, Adia. There it is.
Yes.
There's her
Yes. Hi.
I had a question. I could not figure out the schedule, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating this question. I just joined the Zoom. I was listening to it on Facebook, but there was a couple of questions on Facebook. They said it's on the 20th, July 20th, but I just by accident found it was today right now. Is there any way that I can follow the schedule tightly, because I really want to not miss any sessions?
Yeah, so there's a website that would probably be the easiest, Farah, because everything is listed there. So
Okay.
meditate on meditateamerica.online, and all the sessions are there. So I could read them out, but
Oh no, she just put it in the chat box. Perfect. I'll
yeah,
try.
that would be great. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the question. Good question. Yeah, and on so there'll be different meditations each weeknight this week, and Friday night is a going deeper, and that's at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and Saturday morning also is a going deeper. Of course, you can join any of the weeknights as well, but to get deeper into the meditation, we wanted to be sure and invite everyone to those. So 10 a.m. Pacific on Saturday morning, 1 o'clock Eastern. And then for just to wrap up and really get deeper and enjoy so much together, after a week of meditation, there's a music meditation Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 o'clock Eastern. So hope everybody here will share with all their friends and family and join us every weeknight, but particularly this weekend and especially Sunday to kind of wrap it up and get into the better vibrations, share the joy.
Yes.
Yep. We hope you all will join us. We have another question.
Well, I have another question. I hope I'm not just hijacking it. It's David again. I'm not sure if I can make it tomorrow night. My schedule might not allow it. Will these be recorded, or like will you have it on YouTube or saved somewhere? If we miss a session or two, I really want to make all of them, because I know, consistency is key, like in many things, or probably most things in life. But I'm not sure if I can make it tomorrow night, for tomorrow night session.
Yes, all of the sessions will be recorded, so you don't have to worry about missing anything.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, and the next few nights are going to be all beginners. And feel free to join every beginner session. That's totally okay.
I think that would be just nice.
Yeah, and if you want to go deeper, if you want to go deeper, that's later on in the week. But yes, every session will be recorded, and we'll have that. We can share all that with you.
Great.
And don't forget to put your email address in the chat if you would like us to send you additional resources after the session. Anybody else have any questions, comments?
Did we have a poll also, Adya?
It's not working right now. So we'll work on that for tomorrow and Tuesday.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, so, okay, well, if no one has anything else, thank you all so much for joining. I felt really nice vibrations tonight, so this was really great. Thank you so much. Again, go to meditateamerica.online for additional information and for the schedule for the week. And thank you all.
Where will these? Oh, sorry. So where will these be saved? Is it going to be on the website or on the Facebook videos, or on YouTube, or?
Akilesh, where the videos? They'll be on YouTube. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Adia, thank you for guiding us. That was really nice meditation.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Jai Shri
Thank
Mataji.
you.
Well, have a lovely evening, everyone, and we'll see you again soon.
We hope
Great.
to see you back.
Yes. Thank you
All
so
right.
much for everything.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.